Hello, hello. I have been putting off this hard mode for a while, but I like trying to keep my account up to date. Am I actually streaming? I clicked on start streaming. There we go. Stream took a while to actually start there, but we should be live now. Today we're gonna be doing Nocturnal Sweeping BokGak. I've put this off for a while. Hard mode with the base IDs. I don't think it will take too long, but there are, you know, 2 fights that I'm sure people are interested in. We'll get there soon enough. If I remember right, this is a lot of slash. I haven't done it yet? No. I actually didn't do this on my base IDs account yet. I've been kind of putting it off. And so before Railway drops, I would like to be fully caught up with content again. Sweepers are going to be awful. They are going to be bad, but Ira makes it so I basically have to live 1 less turn. Like if I Ira on turn 14, I just win or whatever, as long as 1 person's alive. And we have Moro now, which I think will help Sichun Clash. Maybe? But yeah, I do think sweepers will be... They were really bad before. I'm hoping they're less bad this time in the rerun. Beat the first 4 stages in my first try, so we can try that. The Heisho, if that includes the Heisho, that might be rough, but I think there's 4 random filler fights against people like this before we actually get to Heisho. Maybe there's only 3. Sichun in hard mode is weaker than in normal mode. She did not get the 10 level increase, so she is even more useless than normal. So that should be fun, but I don't know how Morositas works with support units like Sichun. I'm hoping it helps her. Worst case, I mean, if it doesn't affect them, then you could bring like level 1 IDs and have them become ridiculous, so I'm sure that's not something they want, so I'm sure it affects them. So hopefully, you know, I like Moro on... I reroll for a good turn 1, use Moros to task for a good turns 2, 3, and 4, and hopefully off of that we're good. You think they don't get affected? But then you could bring like level 1 IDs and bring everyone down like way below their level. I don't know, we'll see. It might be suboptimal to be max level then. But yeah, it's mostly the sweepers I'm worried about. Ricardo could be bad. He like actually got buffed by the hard mode. I don't think anything else really did. But I was able to EX clear him with the base sinners before. How much of a difference could hard mode be to the point that I can't even win, you know? All the slash damage. Using complete and total extermination against face IDs. Yeah, he is going to do that a few times, I can tell you. If I had to distort into a Pekatulum, which one would I prefer to be? That is an interesting question. I mean, maybe a Gloom one? They can fly, right? Like, they float? I feel like that would be convenient. I would look kind of disgusting though, so maybe that's a downside. Maybe I choose like the sloth one to just be a funny little rock. You know, this is making the base IDs not even seem that bad. I don't know if I'm like getting lucky on my turn 1 heads rolls or if these enemies are just that weak. But like, this is going completely fine. Oh yeah, I guess being an Envy Pekatulum would be pretty good. I kind of forgot that was a possibility. You could remain mostly human then if you just like mimicked a human. We have offense level over them. I'll check their levels. Yeah, Otis clashed like a 12 there. Did these guys not get level increased by hard mode? Okay, Honglu to double tails roll. They are level 53, so I get like 2 or 3 clash power over them. What are they in the normal mode then? Are they level 43 in the normal one? Are these fights just weak? I mean, they are weak, but I thought base IDs would maybe lose a clash here and there. In normal mode, these guys are level 43. I guess they are just that weak. Whoops. Hard mode. Sinclair has good offense level. Don't underestimate the little German boy. He's usually getting like +1 over the enemies.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Yeah, Dawn getting +2. That's not what you usually see. This is definitely the game gives you over leveling here.
금방 다녀올게. 기다려. 아직 안 끝났어.
순조로운 전략이.
The 7.5-6 grind. I got so lucky with that my first time through. It only took me like 4 attempts once I figured out the strategy I was using. And then nowadays we have Ira. The BokGak was really easy for that one because just Ira solves all your problems. Lets you easily stagger the big guy in like 1 turn and then kill him.
해보겠습니다. 좋은 전략입니다. 아름답진 않네.
맛있는 거 준비해줘, 단테.
There's a lot of them in this tile. 10 enemies?
명령대로 하겠습니다.
You consider that the biggest hurdle for base IDs and ego. I don't think, you see, the thing is,
아직 안
it's
끝났어.
a short fight. You figure out the strategy and you can like grind attempts pretty quickly, pretty like distractedly if you need to.
순조로운 전략입니다.
Like, it might be the worst at the point you get it. Like, is it worse than Kanto 7? Probably. Is it worse than Kanto 6? 634 is maybe competition. But like, Lei Hang and Pinky Nurse Father are way worse in my opinion. These fights are so bad for base IDs, they're the real standouts in my mind.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
당연한 결과죠.
Okay, it's this girl locked in, 6 heads in a row on 14 sanity.
제가 해낸 건 맞죠?
The retry stage button, yes. It's very useful. I'm glad they made it so you don't like die when you die in Mirror Dungeon and you can retry. Like, it's very nice to not have to be ready to reset if you're soloing.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요. 좋은 전략이.
So I think we'll be on to the Heisho fights next. The most deservingly nerfed fights in the game.
자, 도착했습니다. 관리자님의 99% 명령과
Yeah, because we have
1%의
story,
제 실력이 합쳐진 결과였습니다.
maybe 2 story, and then 2 Heisho fights, and then 7.5-24. You were stuck on Jiamu longer than Lei Hang. Lei Hang took me like a good 7 hours of attempts, I would say. I beat Jiamu on my first try that got out of phase 1. I think I spent like 30 minutes retrying phase 1.
규정이라면 따르겠습니다.
It definitely wasn't that bad. Alright. Heisho. I will not give you haste. These fights I could definitely lose. They're level 60. Kind of surprised to see favorite everywhere, but I guess I actually drew good skills, like skill 2s and stuff.
출진이다!
These Heisho used to roll like as high as our Mao IDs. Like every single number you see here was at least like 1 higher pretty much. It was ridiculous. You could lose with like optimal teams. It was insane how overtuned these Heisho were. Very glad they were nerfed, or else base IDs would probably still be stuck here. Is Gregor actually an okay base ID? I use him less than everyone else, but that's largely because his support passive is good. But I don't like the skill 2. Single coin skill 2 is also a reason I hate Ish. And like Dawn actually gets to roll a 16. Gregor and Ish are stuck at 15. And then like his skill 3, 2 coin 14 roll is just like weird. Give me like 4 coin 12 roll for damage, or give me like, you know, anything else that rolls higher.
라이터는 챙겨온 거야?
His skill tree feels weak even among the base IDs, so I don't like him. But I am forced to bring him here. The prescript was fulfilled, Yan. Unless this is the fourth fight, in which case this is still our first attempt and we'll see. I'm not actually sure how many fights I did. This fight also used to have like 6 backup Heisho. Now it's just the first wave, which is honestly the bigger, more important change for it being nerfed, I would say.
출진이다.
Yeah, you are... Well, you aren't technically forced to bring him. I think. Actually, are you forced? I forget if you can just not deploy him or not, but he is one of the only 5 IDs we can bring, and he is better than bringing no one. If I beat this stage first try, you'll count the prescript as fulfilled? Okay. I'll try my best. +7, like 3 + 7 on this thing. How? Why do you have 4 conditional coin power? This is just gonna die to that, like, for sure. So I'll let her use her ego first. Actually, no, she's not even going to use her ego first because they have 10 speed. I might as well not waste the resources. Or I could ego this one, I guess. That works. Sure. Chains of others on a Mao. Very worth it. What do I think of Rufo? I thought Rufo was like the right level of difficulty. It took me like 4 attempts on stream, I forget exactly how many. But I liked Kira's involvement, I liked the amount I had to think and retry in the fight. Like, I felt like I was improving my strategy a little bit each time, and then by the 4th attempt or whatever I was able to win. So there's Otis dead. Would have loved if Gregor won that clash. I will not be hitting your counter. And then Mare's chained, so he's not clashing great right now.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
Yeah. A lot of people hate Rufo's like redirecting attacks gimmick, but I think it's actually pretty interesting. I can understand it being annoying, but I think it is a good mechanic. Okay, so Mare's just dead because he's getting unopposed by this move that he's fatal to. Because I have a staggered person. Great. I'm going to get out skill slotted here if Dawn can't, like, kill someone soon. Yeah, with the Wing Beat Ishmael, you can kind of destroy Reflectrial Ricardo's second phase. Oh no, Yoshu. Okay, no reuses. What are these heads rolls at low SP? I'll just call it streamer luck. I'm not even sure if it was good or bad luck. I was kind of looking at chat more than the gameplay. Streamer luck is always a valid excuse, though.
간다.
I think we'll be winning here because this should stagger and then we have the skill slot advantage. If there were like 6 backups in this fight though, we might have issues.
오, 생각보다 잘 들어갔네.
기다려. 아직 안 끝났어. 아름답진 않네.
내 팔은
Alan Gregor got 3 tails in a row while attacking at 45. I hit a quadruple tails roll at 30 sanity the other day.
표정에 따라
What even is the odds of that? 0.2 to the power of 4 times 100. That was a 0.16% chance that I got.
아름답진 않네.
Okay, so that was one stage of Asia. Let's just do that again.
고작 이 정도로 들떠한다면 이 오티스 참전합니다.
None of them are countering turn 1. I don't know if I like that or not.
출진이다.
Okay, bonus sanity for Ryoshu there. You've seen quad tails at 45 sanity before? That's insane. Okay, I will not give you Strider Mao.
출진이다.
They are fixed. Yeah, Gregor can't escape. I kind of want to save my Otis skill 3. Wait, do you guys just get Strider Mao? Where even... You get it from your skill 3s, yeah, but your counter doesn't even give it to you, I realize. That's just haste next turn, okay. So I guess it's not the worst thing ever to clash against their counter if they already have Strider Mao. Like this guy, I can hit him. I hit 1.214 Grace with the Prescript, so I don't remember how much of that I had. I might be at about an offense level by now, though. That was a really good turn. I got 2 of them staggered. It's like that guy probably gets staggered by Dawn, at least close to it. Gregor, I don't want you to lose that clash on 0 sanity. Go ahead and use your ego. I have about 2.324. Okay. How much prescript molt does the Yan Joker give? Probably just like 1.5x for every prescript completed like consecutively, I would think. Something like that. Okay, I don't like this. I'll keep my skill 3. Deal as much damage to the staggered guy as I reasonably can. Yeah. This is annoying. I can't clash them. The staggered ones are up front. At least they're doing 2 counters and not doing 4 attacks, but this thing reusing could really harm Mare.
좋아, 간다.
Okay, I think he got all tails on the red move, if I saw that right. We're just winning the SP game, except this guy. Need to pay attention to the third Heisho. Yeah, this team can't fuel Ryoshi's base ego, which is annoying. No wrath generation to speak of.
다음 판단을 부탁합니다.
Dawn got a kill with her skill 1. I didn't think that would ever happen. Ryoshi's dead, but I think we just win the sanity game here. Beat the next stage without Gregor dying? You want me to beat Ricardo without Gregor dying? I hate to break it to you, but I think Gregor is in the blunt fatal.
뭐야?
Yeah.
올리게?
I don't know about that one. They weren't lying. These index prescripts sure do become impossible after a while. I mean, I could just deploy Gregor last. Then, like, there's a chance he would live because of that.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
It's like, I need to... My deployment order should be for Zilu, basically.
좋아, 간다.
It is funny that there's 4 Rupture base IDs, and like, yeah, Rupture Ego can get you somewhere. If only like Dimension Shredder's Yisong passive could be on Otis, as well as the Ebony Stem, and she could just be Omega account positive.
칭찬은 불필요한 과정입니다.
Okay, so for Zilu, I definitely want you guys. I want the attack power down squad, and then probably just Heathcliff clashes, or well, who's blunt resistant? Do I want to just like, no, I should have chains on field, which means I want Envy Generation. Yisong, I guess, has like okay clashing.
몸이 찌뿌둥하던 참이었어.
Heathcliff first backup, and then Ishmael can be the anchor, the last stand against Ricardo. Yisong has clashing, sure. It's... Look, the competition isn't great. I like that his skill 3 has high base power. Like, this thing is almost always rolling at least an 8. Usually it's rolling a 10. That beats most of these skills. I don't like... Do I just Moro turn 1 here? I'm worried about sweepers, but I'm also worried about Zilu. I don't think I want to do it turn 1. I want to save the attack power down from Honglu. Hopefully I just win all of my clashes. Favored, neutral. The issue is just that it's Sanity Snowball, so if she wins the first one, she likely wins all of them. Okay. Plus 14 sanity off of that. Not what you love to see. Yep. Alright, this is gonna be a loss. Just gonna go ahead and reset now. Sanity is a really great mechanic that has no design flaws and isn't the worst thing in this game, by the way, for those curious. Here's an idea, just don't clash as you lose hard to clash skill.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Let's go, Yisong. I told you you could clash. Yeah, that didn't do that much damage to me. Now she has minus 11 sanity and 3 offense level down. And then she's nice enough to have Zilu targeting. Okay, so I always forget how this works. It's very rare for an enemy to be faster than you and use a clashable counter, but I think it will respect the clashing and make Honglu clash that. If not, then Yisong will clash that, so let's pay some attention.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Okay, that's annoying that Otis's skill 3 lost there. Yeah, it does go to Honglu. Also, 3 heads rolls on minus 3 sanity, okay. That was a pretty bad turn too, all things considered. It should have gone better based on the clash predictions, which I think would have been accurate there.
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
15 by 9 rupture, as you do.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
You were so close to winning that Yusong, and then you just gave her like 20 sanity from one clash. The long clashes are like so important to win. Oh, we're getting resources now. We might be able to just like. I'm gonna just not attack into her counter. Just use these ego.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Doing this fight with bleed 2 stars was fun. Yeah.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Alright, Zilu has bind, so she only has 8 speed. We can actually choose a little bit of our targeting here. And we have another crow's eye view to use immediately. That's really good. We can take out her strongest move and give her 3 attack power down for the rest of the turn. Yeah, okay, this should be a good turn. Do I want to... No, that's not going to be affected by attack power down. I hate just discarding fast skill 3, but I don't want to clash that counter. with anyone before Ryoshu, I think. Do I even clash it with Ryoshu? Yeah, she'll win.
규정에 따라 실행한다.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
No, my prescript is still to not have Gregor die in this fight. I don't know if you can have multiple active prescripts at once. I imagine you can, because there's some prescripts that are, like, indefinite. But I will be using Ego to my heart's content. There we go. Where are these prescripts coming from? Yan is in chat giving me prescripts. YouTube chat might have you set to like top chat instead of live chat, where it somehow decides who the better chatters are and only gives you messages from them. The system makes no sense. But that might be why you're not seeing some messages.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
You're on top chat all the time.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
Alright, minus 45 Zilu, who is also chained. If I lose any clashes this turn, then the base IDs are a complete failure. Why? What? This is really weird. Zilu's targeting is supposed to go like slowest to fastest. It's supposed to be one skill to each, but this one jumped ahead to Otis. I guess it's because we're like all 4 speed. This is probably like a deployment order thing messing with it. She probably tried to target these in like reverse speed order, but then my deployment order put Otis first. I would have to check what my actual deployment order is to confirm that.
규정에 따라 실행한다.
The base IDs are strong compared to a lot of 2-stars. I don't know if we can say a lot, but compared to some 2-stars, yes. I would rather use Sloshing Ishmael than base Ishmael a lot of the time. And a lot of people call her, like, the worst ID in the game, so... I just don't want to clash that counter, it's too scary.
해보겠습니다.
Worst ideas, Magic Bullet Otis, so true, and Talisman Sinclair, that's probably the real answer now. If you wanted to actually run Talisman Sinclair in Rupture, he would be the worst idea in the game, because he is the most count negative, and doesn't have, like, real potency to compensate. If you're just using him as like a generalist, I think he's still really bad, but there's probably worse out there.
규정에 따라 실행한다.
Yeah, base Sinclair is better than Red Sheet. I will agree with that. Are we allowed to... I guess we need to do all of our magic bullet hating now, and not when it's Pride Month, since she is the embodiment of pride. If I hadn't done a magic bullet solo yet, I would unfortunately probably do that for Pride Month, but thankfully I don't have to put myself through that again. Okay, Faust and Otis still need sanity, so they will make sure to clash.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
You're relatively new to the game. Why is Magic Bullet Otis bad? It's sort of just like my personal hatred for the ID. They're really bad in Mirror Dungeon. The only thing that makes them any good is Dark Flame, which is, yeah, it feels like a band-aid fix for Burn. It's like, oh, Burn's issue is that it can only activate once per turn. Well, here's Dark Flame, which activates it for you. That is the only good thing she has going for her, and I'm not a fan of it.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
I guess, okay, that's not the only thing she has going for her. Her clashes are like weirdly good, especially for when she released. In a burn team, at least. I have 3.145 Grace of the free script, good job. Hey, that's an offense level. So I want to save good skills going into Ricardo, obviously. Hang on. You probably need a blunt skill to get staggered. Let's do that. And then you can get staggered by like, anything. Everyone else probably just hits that guy. Honglu evade there. Faust evade there. Should be good.
해보겠습니다.
You ran Yoro, Demi, Ryoshu, and Burn. Does her support passive, or it's actually her normal passive, does that activate from any stagger? Or does it have to be a Tremor Burst stagger? Because I could see that being a fun place to run her. Just like get more 4th match flame procs.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Yes, Magical gets 3 conditional coin power on her skill 1 and 2, which is still like higher than the standard.
재밌는 순간이에요.
Most IDs still only get 2 conditional coin power. We're starting to see IDs that get like that 2 coin power plus something else. That's becoming kind of common.
명령대로 하겠습니다. 좋은 전략입니다.
Otis has to waste a skill 3 here. Okay, I have like no envy, I realized. I guess I only have Yisong to generate it. Let's go ahead and actually generate an envy here.
행동을 개시합니다.
거기의 거울은 깨졌어.
2 coin power, 2 final powers, the thing with Cassetti Mare. For like 2 coin skill 2s, yeah. Alright. The man himself. You have 1 less stagger threshold. Besides that, I think you're unchanged. Which, like, kind of makes you easier because we're level 60 now. I guess I can't Moro you since we're level 60. And everyone hates Yisong today. Is this able to clash? It is. Barely. And then he gets payback, which will stagger him. That's okay, though. Werner is like the bigger problem than Ricardo in a lot of ways, so I want to deal extra damage to him. We'll throw a skill 3 at him, and we'll see how this goes. You would love to see a more sustainable sun shower heat. Yeah, I feel like he's an abandoned idea. Cancer 9 with base IDs was fun of a ride, just watching, yeah, sit back and watch these like color fixers and other people do all the work. It's kind of only 3 fights in Cancer 9 that like actually care about your IDs. Okay. You only become unbreakable if I have 3+ middle vengeance tattoo. Let's just chains you. Oh, that's 1 short. If only this clashed 1 higher. I mean, I could like, no, yeah, I could unoppose that, and then as long as Honglu heads rolls, then my chains should be winning that. There's no way Honglu tails rolls. That would never happen to me. And then look at this clashing. This guy's rolling a 23 on this 3-coin skill. That's insane. We're definitely just going to one-sided stagger him. Not a chance I'm clashing that. Ryushu evade there. Faust kill there. Alright. Honglu would never roll tails. Alright, and then Mare would never roll tails either, just to be clear.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
Ow. Maybe Ryoshi wasn't the best choice for that evade with the Envy Fatal, but then again, half the centers in the game are Envy Fatal, which includes like 4 out of the 5 base IDs that can evade, so I think it's 3 out of 5. I don't think Dawn is Envy Fatal. Anyway, let me remind myself everything this skill gets. So I wanted to use someone that has less than 5 middle Vendetta mark. And I want to win the clash. Okay. Does anyone have less than 5? Everyone except Sinclair. Sinclair is who I wanted to clash that with, but can Otis do it? Because of chains? Yes, chains is enough to let Otis clash. Okay. Let's do some of that. Can this stagger people? No, it can't stagger if it loses the clash. Okay, that's what I was worried about. Yisong, you can take that counter, and let's kill... I can kill Werner next turn. I don't really want Sinclair to take the counter though, so he can just do that now. The counters will hurt? Yeah, they'll hurt some. If only Chains of Others also gave defense power down, I think they should buff Chains of Others. It's not a good enough ego, honestly. 405. I've got next turn power down set up. Defense power down is barely used. That's like LCCB Rhodia's thing, but you know, that's an ID we don't acknowledge. So more envy generation is here. I could probably get away with still kind of spamming chains. Ryoshu dies if she hits Ricardo, so she won't. Sinclair dies if he hits Ricardo, so he won't. Heathcliff can take the counter. Ah, these favored clashes. We love low sanity gaming. I'm sure it will be fine. And I don't know what you're doing next turn. Do you have dangerous moves next turn? I'm going to chains you. I'll still be able to generate enough envy to do another chains next turn. No, yeah, there's no way he does a dangerous move again, right? I'll wait a turn.
해보겠습니다.
This is our first attempt on Ricardo, yeah. Yeah, okay, this is not a super dangerous turn. I mean, it's pretty bad, but there's no AoE, which is how I evaluate if a turn is dangerous or not. We definitely want to debuff him next turn, though. We want to continue to not kill this guy. Oh, Ricardo has 7 speed. I need to play by his rules. I can't redirect anything. Oh, I guess Heathcliff is just, like, dying, then. Now you resist it.
뭐?
Can you clash anything? Not unless I waste envy on a body sack, which I'm not going to do. I think you're just gonna counter. And then Promised Suffering on Dawn. I can ego that. Dawn can spam ego as much as she wants, pretty much. The counter will hurt. Am I okay with that? Double Fatal on Dawn. Yeah, that's fine. And chains and offense level down, and just get rid of skill 1 there. We'll try to stagger this guy. I don't want to kill him, but I would like to stagger him.
해보겠습니다.
Next turn, complete and total extermination. I think so. That's why we're doing chains right now. I put Ishmael as the anchor, as like a final person that's blunt resistant to maybe survive out the ending. Cool, we barely staggered him. That's like exactly what I wanted.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어온다.
Yeah, the RNG Festive Sweepers is, you know, probably the problem. Alright, complete and total extermination again. Does anyone still have less than 5 Vendetta mark? Actually, everyone does. I guess I'm not hitting Ricardo all that much. If you can't tell, I'm not trying to kill Ricardo. We're just going for the stall out, which I'm hoping still exists in this version of the fight. I don't actually know for sure. But like, I imagine it is still here. Let's see. Who wants to clash this? Yeah, Ricardo can be stalled out. I think 12 turns. After he shows up, you win by default. I don't want to spend all my Gloom on Land of Illusion. Chains of Others needs Gloom. And I have no way to generate Gloom on the field right now. I think I want Honglu to eat this counter because he's like dying anyway to complete in total extermination. So I want him to hit Ricardo and get countered. That's all Honglu's doing the rest of this fight. Kill Sinclair. Sinclair is also... Can I click on Sinclair, please? Can I... Where's Sinclair's hitbox? There we go. Yeah, Sinclair is also Wrath Fatal. He might not die because he's not Blunt Fatal. He's taking a bonus 30. He's probably dead. Okay, Sinclair, you can clash complete and total extermination. Ryoshu is definitely dead, though, so maybe actually she does that. And then Sinclair takes, like, the other dangerous move off the table. And then, yeah, that's also targeting him. Okay, so that's all of Ricardo's moves dealt with. Those three centers should be the only ones dying. Everyone else can just get rid of skill 1s on him. I'm actually going to give him the attack power down from Faust. There we go. Tails roll incoming. Ryoshu would never tails roll against complete and total extermination. There we go. Only 171. I guess 2 people were already dead, but that wasn't that bad. Okay. Let's see. He's doing a weak turn. I will chains him because there's no way he would do 2 weak turns in a row, so I'm scared. Honestly, yeah, just, like, Heathcliff go there. Dawn, Clash. Dawn's getting hit, that's fine. You can take the dangerous move off the table. Faust spreads some sanity. It's sad that that has to hit that guy, but he's leftmost, so I can't do any attack weight manipulation there. Gregor generate a gloom. This turn should be fine. The wife and husband are here? I assume you're talking about Rhodia and Gregor? Yeah. Got a few tails rolls here. I mean, Heathcliff lost a clash. I don't even know if I wanted him to win that clash, though. I'm pretty sure you do this turn, then one more turn, then we win. So Mare, get your protection? No, just chains. It's always chains. What am I saying? And then we could kill this guy now if we wanted. Gregor might be MVP for sweepers. Are you saying like self-healing? I think the MVP for sweepers is Ira, making it so I have to live one less turn. See, I'm pretty sure we win immediately after this turn. I could be wrong. Dawn has no Vendetta mark, but she also has no sanity. Rhodia, you got this. Honglu's the target of that. Honglu's dying regardless. He can also take that one. And then just, like, kill that guy.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
He is complete and total extermination on a 3-turn cycle because everyone does. Yeah, every boss has like a 3-turn pattern for their big move that kills you. Oh, Honglu, okay, he could have lived, but yeah, that's the end of the fight. And Gregor lived, I think. Yeah, he's there.
마땅히 했어야
Respect
할
for Lei Heng for doing it on an HP basis. I have bad news for you. Lei Heng does it every 3 turns as well. And the Knight in the back streets. I want a Pierce resistant Sinner to go last so that they come in with Pierce resistance. I think that means I want Dawn last. I definitely want Faust on field. Maybe Yisong last? They also have slash moves. I think... No, Dawn should be on field to heal. Who else is Pierce resistant? You would think I would know these things by now, with how much I've done this. I mean, maybe just Gregor last? No, it's like they would let me use his support passive all the while until he shows up. You know, it's like tradition for me to deploy Gregor last, honestly. I'll do that.
앞장서시오.
I don't really need chains and your, like, fatal. I feel like Mare's not too useful here. I'll just bring some more half-decent clashers.
내가
네.
네.
And the shore. We'll see how this goes.
뭐 최선은 다해보겠다만.
Yeah, Dawn will have decent sustain. This is going to be, like, she is the best hope. And then the problem, level 50 Seichun versus level 60 sweepers. She is going to always be hopeless. Feed them SP, you know, the Dulcinea classic. Yikes. Not a great turn 1.
간다.
행동을 개시합니다.
They did not level Seichun. It's probably because they somewhat care about lore levels for actually named characters. Like, they didn't level Ricardo or the brothers. That's definitely intentional. I'm guessing they intentionally didn't level Seichun. Moro turn 1. Yeah, we can also test. Is Seichun staggered right now? Oh, she already died. Okay. We'll throw out a Moro and see. Yeah, I mean, it's like 1 clash power, the Moro.
해보겠습니다.
Can we bet on max roll trash disposals all the time? Body sack passive will help. Really? I don't think so. Isn't that... I honestly don't know the new one. I remember the ridiculous old one. When another ally defeats an enemy, we are not killing any sweepers. The sweepers are way too hard for base IDs to kill. this is a 15 turn fight through and through. Maybe we kill like one sweeper if we get lucky.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Moro should carry over between multiple waves.
꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고.
Dante's abilities carry between multiple clashes of a dungeon. If you mean multiple nodes, it won't carry out. Thank you, trash disposal. Okay, so Faust is just like dead. Yeah, if you like use Moros' ass and then clear the node that turn, you won't have it for like the first 2 turns of the next fight. It doesn't carry over in that way. Sinclair is like dead for sure, right?
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
The 2 worst parts of the sweepers fight are their SP healing and trash disposal, because those pair together to make them do a ton of damage.
좋은 전략입니다.
Although I also really hate their unstagger. Like, that guy got staggered. If that was a 3-coin skill, he would have gotten unstaggered and still done his attacks. The easiest base ID to solo MDE with, base Mare was so easy.
여행은
It's either going to be base Mare or when I do base Honglu in like next week after this weekend. Because Honglu has an evade and 2 keywords, so he might end up better, but base Mare just has the survival. Honglu also has Tarnished Blood if you're using other Ego, but I'm assuming you're also saying base Ego. Or no Ego, I do it no Ego. Yeah, it's just like, Knight in the Backstreets just outrolls 95% of base ID skills. And they have full sanity, so it's not like I can hope to win, really. I either need like Resonance Boost, or specifically Otis or Ishmael's skill 3, or of course Ego. Like, let's use an Ego here. Oh, no pride, okay, no pride. Oh, I got paralyzed? Okay. You had no clue this fight had timed waves? That's like their status effects that counts down. Like, the whole thing is that you're just trying to survive. I feel like you usually end up timing out the waves, unless you're bringing like a Pierce team. Does Faust live one more turn? It would be great if she could like soak up another hit. The only reason I haven't reset, by the way, is because I would like to see if I can just get this first try. I would have reset the first turn otherwise, but you know, see how luck-based it really is. I know it is luck-based, but I want to like see if this one is way easier than the other one. Because the first run around, sweepers took me like a few hours. It was terrible. Probably the least fun fight in the whole game for base IDs was sweepers the first time around, and I want to see if that's any different now. Oh, Dong got 4 attack power up. I was like, why are you rolling so high? Double skill 2s though.
좋은 전략이네요. 가보자.
Sinclair's passive, I don't think that hit Dawn. I know she just clashed with 2 skill 2s. But yeah, Sinclair's passive is like attack power up when someone on your team dies. That can be a factor here. Ishmael actually winning clashes for once. I think base Ishmael in particular is my most tails rolling ID. Like if I had to count on someone to roll tails at 45 SP, I would choose base Ishmael. Chains for protection on there. He is Pride resistant, so he's Pierce Fatal, so Trash Disposal would just still do that to him. Alright, no more backups. We're going to get out-skill slotted. That's the other main issue in this fight. I'm giving Dawn the easy clashes. I want her to, like, you know, take out a stronger move with an ego. I'll consider. No, I should not use all my gloom on one Land of Illusion. Chainsing a sweeper. Desperate times. Dawn just isn't being targeted by dangerous moves yet. Like, she'll use an ego to heal once she is. It's all part of that sweeper RNG. I wonder if this fight would be fun at all if it was a focused battle. You have to survive until turn 15. I think you win even if everyone dies at the end of turn 14. I might be off by 1, but each wave is like 5 rounds. I'm just not exactly sure how the ending time counts.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
Trash disposal. Yep. And just like every trash disposal is just a kill, pretty much. So we've got 2 more kills going out this turn. Dawn continues to get the easiest clashing in the world. I guess this time it's because of chains. That makes sense. Yeah, like that's just going to Mare's just dead. He's gonna get trash disposal before he can move. At least both of them are targeting him. Hopefully that doesn't get redirected. I don't need to heal Dawn because she can heal herself when she's actually getting targeted. I'd rather not like use up my resources on just healing. Okay, actually 8 protection Mare. Even through Pierce Fatal, he was able to live that.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
Has the prescript been fulfilled? We kept Gregor alive through the Ricardo fight, if you were still talking about that one. Ishmael with these tie clashes, can she keep up the heads rolls? No. You're getting bled below your stagger threshold here, so this one will stagger you, but you'll live. Eight protection gaming. Now he only has 3 though. Or I guess he's getting targeted by 2 skills. Does that count? Chains of other passive, 3 or more skills. Okay. And I was seeing if it said attack skills. It doesn't specify attack skills, but it likely is. Because old descriptions are often inaccurate. Okay. So this is the last wave of these sweepers. The next wave has 1 less sweeper, which is definitely a bit of a help. We'll see if we have any chance here. And this is forced to target the rearmost. Yeah, Ishmael can't even defend herself from this trash disposal. If she guards, she can at least hit that one first.
좋아, 간다.
They just hadn't, like, established all of their wording patterns yet for old descriptions. They didn't know exactly what they would call stuff. Like, I think Warp Faust's support passive is the best example of that. You would never see something worded like that released today. It just says, like, 1 ally with the least HP gains +1 charge. When? When do they gain 1 charge? I think it even still says charge instead of charge count. They might have fixed that at least.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오? 고개가 깨졌소.
Oh, did Dawn have the 10 speed conditional? I didn't look, but it's possible. I think I used Crow's Eye View.
제3파
Wave 3 incoming. I think that should unstagger people. Yeah, new waves unstagger people. Okay, we have a chance here. Dawn has 3 speed slots. She can actually clash. Ishmael can actually clash. Gregor can't. Or Yusong can't. Gregor's dead. I saw Gloom and just thought it was Gregor. Okay. Let's see how this
좋은
goes.
전략이네요. 가보죠.
Ah, there's trash disposal staggering Dawn even after Clash win. Unfortunate. Four more turns. Yeah, we'll see if we can hold out. Dawn dying is like really bad though.
이제 온다.
Rhodia also dying. We're going to be way down on skill slots and just get one-sided. I think this is the turn where we lose, actually. Like, no one can clash anything here. The clashers have all died. And, yeah, we just get one-sided before we could even attack.
제거하겠소.
If we lived like 2 more turns, then we could just Ira through the end of it, but we were a little short. Because it's a normal battle, so they redirect their skills when they kill their target. If it weren't for that, I think we could get through this, because Ishmael wasn't targeted by like anything here. Defeat. We'll try Moro on turn 1 this time. But yeah, sweepers are awful. I'm probably only trying this one more time today because I do know how awful this can be. Do I want to change any deployment order stuff? Not particularly. I'm pretty happy with how we had it. Like, Mare is not that great. I'm okay with him coming in a bit later. Coming in when he already starts with like 2 skill slots and resources.
이게 끌 거 없어. 바로 간다.
We'll see if Moro works on Sichun. That's like the main science thing I wanted to test today. Is Sichun still horribly hopeless clashing? She is. Okay. So then, yeah, I really wonder. If you brought like level 1 IDs, you could make support IDs clash really well with Moro's attack. That's a tech you could try to use if you were desperate.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Like if this was only a 3-wave fight, a 3-turn fight, that might be optimal. Optimal low turning for random stages in the Kanto 8 dungeon might involve level 1 IDs to buff up Lin Dayu. You lost 2 clashes on that turn, that's okay. That's a better start than last time. Let's see if we can keep it up at all.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Sinclair off to a bad start. Oh my gosh, Sichun won a clash. I didn't know it was possible. 14 damage, let's go. Okay, so we only lost 1 clash that turn, which was Sinclair. Sinclair's dying fast in this fight no matter what, because he's Pride Fatal, so I will take that. Looks good to me. I want to use Faust's base ego next turn. Yeah, I mean, his skill 3 isn't useful. It's okay if I override it.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지. 여행에는 목적이 있었지.
Using Ishmael's ego for the passive is an idea, but Gloom Gen is just like so hard to come by for the base IDs. If I have the Gloom to spare, I'll consider it for sure. That won't work. Dawn, I'll see if I have the lust for your ego. I probably can, because it's only like if I wanted to body sack instead. Heathcliff is not Pierce Fatal, you'll just counter. And then... yeah, Faust, I'm gonna have to have you do that. Okay. Dawn, let's get your... I don't want to spend... I don't want to go down to only 2 Pride. I would like to be able to use Faust's ego again next turn, potentially. Yeah, let's do that. Faust will lose this clash, but then I'll be able to use her ego again next turn for more sanity.
해보겠습니다.
If I can just get people sanity, that's a lot less damage I take.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가
Yeah, I don't know if you can change your mind on the prescript like that, Yan, but I mean, I'm also hoping to keep Otis alive for 3 turns, so... Yeah, Sinclair's Wrath and Pride Fatal. It doesn't get much worse than that for this fight. Honglu's
일이세요?
Wrath and Envy, yeah. Good luck, Honglu. These two neutral clashes had better go well. Is Faust going to run out of bleed? Yeah, she will. So hopefully she can actually evade this after, or clash it after, because she won't have the bleed for that conditional coin power. I want more Wrath generation. Okay.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
We got some Sloth Resonance to make sure Udis wins that. Seichun is still alive, which I'm a bit surprised by. Faust did not ego first. I didn't realize she was getting outsped there.
기다려. 아직 안 끝났어.
I also hate that Trash Disposal can stagger with broken coins. I think the not staggering with cracked coins should have just been a natural part of Unbreakable coins. It should just be part of the Unbreakable coin description, and it should always be like that. But they didn't do that, and now we will forever get staggered by random Unbreakable coins, and then half the enemies will just have text saying it can't stagger. It's annoying, and I wish they changed things like that. But I don't even know if they would want to do that, because that would technically nerf IDs. So, like, they definitely couldn't do it for that reason. I want Dawn to stay alive more than Otis if I can, so I'll give her the lust resources for ego. And then Otis, good luck.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
You're convinced sweepers are a subtype of blood fiend? I haven't heard that one before. Aw, Faust, you were so close. Seichun is still alive. She got staggered, but then she got unstaggered by the wave change. So that saved her. You prefer red coins being able to stagger? That's an interesting one. Okay, that sweeper hit, like, how many heads in a row on 35 sanity? I went to 7 clashes, so he got 12 heads in a row to beat Heathcliff there.
저 루신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
Seichun's still alive, 18 health. She dies this turn. Or no, I redirected that. She might live. Good luck, Kiki Song. I need pride resources. Ryoshi's not having a great day. Good luck, Faust. Maybe you dodge one of those hits. And I would rather generate a Wrath than a Gluttony Rhodia. Okay. If you even get the chance. This is going to be a bad turn. We might have like 3 people die here. Good luck, this encounter's terrible. Yeah, I don't know if you're speaking from a base ID's perspective or if you're just saying in general. But if you're a base ID's knower, this is awful. It's just these skills that roll 1 higher than my evades. Because base IDs get bad evades. If we had standard 14 evade rolls, that would make such a big difference. Knight in the back streets. You're like double resistant to that. You can tank it, Rhodia. Let other people get resources. Somehow we have an abundance of envy. Honestly, no clue how that happened. And then, as usual, Faust, you can try to dodge one of those hits. I guess just Heathcliff has stayed alive for more than 2 turns. Ricardo isn't even bad for base IDs, yeah, I mean... I'm pretty sure every Ricardo fight has been first try for base IDs because he just leaves after a while. You win by default if you just survive. But sweepers, you also win by default if you just survive, but you have to survive a lot longer and you have way less control over what's happening. This is actually, like, going well, though. Things haven't looked too terrible.
너를 잊어도 반드시 되찾을 거다.
Faust is staggered. Sichun is finally dead. It took long enough. Ryoshu got a... Oh, no. Ryoshu was supposed to win that clash. She didn't, so she dies. And Faust gets to tank one more trash disposal at her dying breath. Heathcliff staggered. This might be bad. We have one more backup slot. Let's get Dawn attack power up. And I don't exactly want to take a tie clash, so I won't. Yeah, it looks fine. There's no wrath in this team. The base IDs just don't generate wrath. It's like Sinclair's skill 2, Ishmael's skill 1. Is that literally it? That might literally be a Heathcliff skill 2. Yeah. And Rhodia skill 3. But it's like it's the IDs you don't use too much other than Heathcliff.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
It's definitely a rare resource. But luckily not too many of the base ego need it. Bleed canceling the finale, it's the usual strategy for Dulcinea base IDs, yep. Although I've seen 2 people do base IDs Dulcinea Deathless, and so if that's possible, then I guess you don't need to bleed cancel the finale. Okay, Ishmael is on 20 sanity. Let's see if I can get her some sanity while getting wrath resources. Ishmael, yeah. Otis, you can ego that. I don't want you to die. Yisong, try your best. It probably won't be good enough. Keep some wrath, keep the skill 3. Use that. Okay. The fact that the ego is only favored is a bit scary. Mare probably dies. Or, well, maybe not dies, but he'll get low and have bleed.
가보죠.
Pay attention to the Ishmael clashes here. That's the ones that we are interested in. She won the first one. Tails rolled on the attack. Rosia lost with the ego. I think Ishmael won both clashes. Nissan got barely staggered, but the next wave should unstagger him, so that's almost optimal. So that means he won't get staggered quickly now. I think we've got this. I mean, we still have a backup. We're in wave 3 already. This has gone quite well. Okay, it's Dawn's chance to use ego finally. She's getting targeted. Yeah, just... Okay, do that. I need some sloth if I can. Mare's getting killed probably though. Okay, no, goodbye sloth. Just cripple that sweeper for a turn.
자, 루신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
Prescript is to not get Gregor killed. We'll try. Yisong is not pride resist. He just tanked it like that. You love to see that early Tails roll. It's even more impressive, yeah.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
I feel like that's the first time Heathcliff's skill 3 has shown up. I know that's like not possible, but I really don't remember using it before then. This thing clashes worse than my skill 2, so I'll go ahead and use it on the staggered enemy. Generate some sloth if I can. Dawn needs to ego again, good luck. Dawn is probably dead here. This is not looking good for Dawn. Mare managed to live though, so he gets to... No, he's getting one-sided by trash disposal. Let's not waste the resources.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Okay, she wins her favorite clash, but I'm worried about this other move because Wrath of Fatal. But if I heal enough... Oh, I actually killed a sweeper. Wait, does that save her from the other attack then? I think it does. I just like assumed I would never be able to kill a sweeper. But I guess that one never used 3/3 for persistence. Or is it still chance-based? I guess I just hit the 20% chance for him to actually die. So that was pretty good luck. Do that. Yep. How are you still alive, Yusong?
저 간다.
Yeah, we should be winning here. I'm inclined to say somehow this is easier than the first time. Maybe I just got really good luck on like the first turn. I guess I used Moro. And that one clash power difference for 3 turns just helps you snowball your sanity so much better.
사라질 거다.
Or maybe I'm just somehow better at the game than I was when this first came out. It feels like there isn't that much skill in unfocused battles, but I mean, I am like having to decide when it's worth using Ego, who I use it on. There's some skill element here, and maybe I'm doing that better than I did before.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
Yisung finally dies. Gregor hits the field. Okay, yep. Clash, evade. Clash. Clash everything. Yep.
먼저 간다.
Seems good to me. The solos have helped with unfocused and counter judgments. I've been doing solos for years though.
내가 찾은 나만의 항해 방식.
And I feel like you had to care about that more in older solos. New age solos are just so strong. They tank everything and it barely matters.
목적이 있었지.
Zero. And Gregor tails roll right on time. A great showing when he first enters the battle, just losing 2 clashes, even when using an ego. Strongest Gregor.
생각대로 되었어.
And we didn't even need Ira.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Goodbye, Rodia. You don't get to see the end of the madness. I guess, okay, there is a fair argument for this being easier. We have 10 more levels of health. That's a big difference. I think just the health being higher, that makes it so you like can survive more things without staggering. That makes the bleed less of a problem overall because it's just less of your health spent. So even if all the clashing is the same, I think me having more health, that's definitely way more important than the sweepers having more health. Actually, the sweepers having more health is probably also good, because that makes it less likely for you to unstagger them and take more hits. Yeah, that's why it's easier. We have more health and sweepers have more health. Both of those are a good thing. Sinclair did not do good. Defense level should be equivalent because both us and the sweepers gained levels, so that won't be any different, but the health is different. Now I want to do like modded level 900 base IDs versus sweepers and see how much easier it is. But yeah, full EX. I didn't realize we EX'd Ricardo. It's just clear stage in hard mode? Why? Why did they nerf it? Okay, sure. I mean, while we're here, I can like show off. My base ID's account has most of the game EX cleared. This one is impossible. This one I probably could do. I mean, I did it in normal mode. But I just didn't want it. Why is... Or no, it's this one. This one is probably possible. Maybe. I don't know. I did this one in normal mode. I might have needed the level advantage for that, though. And then the first stage I don't have EX'd is these ones in time killing time. Everything before time killing time hard mode, I've got an EX in. And Kanto 8 is full Kanto 9 or this. I have not EX'd Way. Or no, I did go back into EX Way. That must have been close. Kanto 9, I haven't done any fight re-attempts yet, but 44 out of 51. I can tell you with like near certainty though, this is not happening. This is not happening. For base IDs and base ego, yeah, that's what this account is. This and the 7.5-7 are the ones that I am the most confident will remain impossible for the longest amount of time. And besides that, Twinning Threads has... apparently I missed some normal fight EX clears against, like, this one, yeah. I'm sure I could go back and get those. I'll just wait until I have +5 levels, so it's more convenient. I don't plan to stream Railway. I don't know if you were expecting that, but sorry if you were. And I guess see you this weekend for your regularly scheduled solo streams. And beyond that, I hope you have a nice rest of your day. That's been Nocturnal Sweeping Hard Mode with the base IDs. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Hopefully I'll make a video on Railway if I can beat it. But it's... okay, I'll talk about that a little bit more. I said my outro, but I'll just briefly mention Railway. It's going to be similar to Line 5 in that you are required to bring 2 different teams. However, team size is 7 members, so it is completely impossible to only field base IDs for the next Railway. I'm probably going to do a segmented run, where I, like, do the full thing with base IDs, I bring other IDs for that Section 3, but then I'll play a different run to use the base IDs in Section 3, just since I literally have to or I can't do it. So that's what I'll be trying. Besides that, yes. Goodbye for real, everyone. I'll see you this weekend or whenever.